it, how well people can use AI for personalization.
AI tools these days are enabling you or the brands or the marketers that they can, whenever they are running a campaign,
True.
they can use these tools and they can segment their audience precisely.
Right.
For commanding, we have a very niche segment. We have a precise segment who we want to target to. LinkedIn and other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, they give us the opportunity to target our audience. We can select them based on their interest.
Right.
We can select them based on their profile, their decision making position in the company, or the companies they work for, or the brands they like or follow.
The only way that budding digital marketers can grow is by experimenting, failing, and then growing. Hello everyone, welcome to Hypo House, the ultimate podcast show where creative mind collides, creativity flows, and brand story unfolds. As the name suggests, we provide that hype to your brand, talking about the latest marketing techniques in the market for all the budding marketers to learn and grow with it. In today's episode, Digital Hustle, the marketing that works. We have a very special guest with us, Rajni Mehra. I'm your host, Himanshu Bohra, Director Marketing at Wildnet Technologies. In this episode and going forward, we'll dive into conversations with leaders across the globe. We'll talk about what strategies have actually worked for their brand. This podcast is powered by Wildnet Technologies, your one-stop shop for all your marketing and IT needs. We've been in this industry for more than 20 years, serving 4,100 clients, be it marketing, white label, development, and IT outsourcing. This is where the real magic happens. In today's episode, we have a very special guest with us. She brings strategy, innovation, and brand love into one package. Rajni Mehra, Senior Marketing Manager at Profine India. She brings 12 years of very, very rich experience in both B2B and B2C world, be it on a corporate side or an agency side. She has scaled campaigns globally. So today, Rajni will help us unlock that marketing X factor for all the brands. Welcome, Rajni. It's very nice to have you on our show. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Himanshu. Thank you so much for having me over here. This is really an honor to be on this podcast, and I'm equally excited for this. And today I'll be representing Profine India, and I'll be sharing some real life examples of its brand, Komalli.
Thank you so much, Rajni. It's an honor to have you here. And before we deep dive into more strategic questions, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is AI. This AI has revolutionized digital marketing in ways we have not ever imagined in past 12 months, be it social media, be it paid marketing, branding, UI, UX, designing. What's your take on this? Where are we heading up to?
Certainly, Himanshu, this is a very interesting question to start with this podcast. The biggest shift in digital marketing these days we are seeing is the rise of AI-generated content and personalization.
True.
Brands these days are utilizing this AI tool and automation tool to enhance their customer experience. They're using tools like Canva to generate or to develop ad creatives, and they're using chatbots to be 24/7 available to their targeted audiences, and then they are using
there's this entire personalization, Rajni, that is taking place in marketing.
Exactly.
When it comes to supporting organic media, likewise goes to creating content that is actually user-centric in paid media. Getting those creative ways using AI tools is something that is very trendy. Like you mentioned, that brands are going for that personalization part. I want to know more about it. How well people can use AI for personalization.
The biggest help that AI tools are giving to brands like us is like it is giving us the opportunity to hyper target our audience, or the hyper personalization for that matter. Initially what used to happen that you have a vast audience available to you, a big audience base, and you used to target all of them, and there was a very little precise targeting, or profile based segmentation or interest based segmentation. But this AI tool these days are enabling you or the brands or the marketers that they can, whenever they are running a campaign, they can use these tools and they can segment their audience precisely.
Right.
For example, like for Commanding, for Commanding, we have a very niche segment. We have a precise segment who we want to target to. Okay, LinkedIn and other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, they give us the opportunity to target our audience. We can select them based on their interest.
Right.
We can select them based on their profile, their decision making position in the company, or the companies they work for, or the brands they like or follow. So this all is a combo set for marketers and for brands like us to utilize these tools, which gives us the maximum output.
Right. Yeah. So Rajni, from where I can understand the amount of things that you have mentioned, so we will talk about each of these marketing verticals separately. Right. First, we'll talk about what you mentioned, the targeting part.
Right.
So now these AI tools, be it ChatGPT, Grok, Claude. Yes. So because of that, the entire user journey can be automated. Right. So starting from ICP defining, then finding the leads, sending the messages through LinkedIn or maybe in mails, or using, lot more strategies, whatever the communication channel be. Yeah. Everything is very much automated these, and the brands are, they're using it for their own benefit. Right. And they've seen, I was just reading an article recently, and they said we have reduced for 50% of manpower by just automating the entire workflow from website to lead generation and providing that entire leads to the sales team. That was very much amazing to me. And like you mentioned, I want to understand from an organic standpoint. For example, I'm a person, I have a team of a designer and a content creator and a social media manager. Help me understand, for example, how AI will be able to, streamline these tasks.
Here, Himanshu, I would like to say that, okay, AI is there to help the marketers and the brands. It is a guiding light for us to strategize our digital or social media strategies. But I would again like to say that you should not totally depend on the AI. Because AI is a helping tool to you, but it cannot replace the human intelligence.
Right. That human touch is invaluable.
Yes,
that there has to be there.
You might have also seen whenever we are developing some kind of content, maybe be it on the ChatGPT or maybe tools like Canva, especially for the text generation, it gives you the disclaimer at the bottom that yes, this tool can make mistakes.
Right.
So you have to use these tools in such a way that it is an additional help to you. To generate a content, to generate a communication for your target audience. Okay, you can take some ideas from it. You can rephrase them. You can put that into your brand's tone of voice and your brand's guideline. So that it helps you to reach your audience in a better way.
Understood.
Okay, but I would suggest brands should not totally depend on the AI. You use it as just a help.
I completely second that, Rajni. Yeah. So I was reaching to a customer recently, and the customer said to me, Himanshu, the content your team is producing, it's amazing. But the emails that I've been getting from different brands, I could, at the first instance, I could see that this content is AI generated.
Right.
Because everybody is consuming so much content, it's very easy to catch whether this content is AI generated or not. So like you mentioned, there has to be a human touch to everything that your brand promotes, be it on social media, be it through emails, newsletters, anything has to have that human touch.
Exactly. Here I would share my personal experience. When these tools like ChatGPT and
Claude, Grok,
when these tools came into the existence, everyone was utilizing or exploring that tools. Okay, it was a very good tool to give you a very professionalized and a very good draft of the copy. But when I use
when you use it continuously, you find out.
When you use it continuously, for example, if I am using it for a particular product or particular solution, it would give me some content. But if my competitor is also using that same kind of keywords,
that differentiating factor is not there.
Same kind of prompting he is giving to these tools, the same kind of output will be given to them. So there's no differentiation and there's no brand exclusiveness. So as I said earlier, yes, we should use this tool as a helping as a helping hand to us, as an additional helping tool to us. But we have to redraft that content, redraft that output in our brand's tone of voice.
True. Have that human touch in everything.
So that it doesn't look very AI gen, because these days there are a lot of AI, you can say that detect the AI content. There are a lot
AI
of tools.
Checkers, yeah.
So there's Zero GPT. There are many other tools which can detect if your content is AI generated or human written. So we have to be very strategically when we are
smart. We have to smartly use AI.
Yeah, we have to smartly use these AI tools. Yeah.
So Rajni, we've talked about a role of AI in lead generation. We have talked about role of AI in organic media. Yeah. So because there's a lot of brands, they spend on paid marketing,
right?
Be it programmatic marketing, be it on Google platform, Bing. So I want to understand now all of these platforms are there enabling AI capabilities.
Yes.
They're helping you generate those headlines, those creatives, those descriptions using AI only.
Yeah.
Now, just help me understand, since these platforms like Google, Bing, Facebook, Meta for example, they are enabling AI.
Right.
So where do you see yourself? And I mean, for a brand perspective, that where would we go with? I mean, because for a paid marketing, I was seeing this study recently. 45% of the marketers in the PPC realm, they're using AI to write their copies and getting those creatives made.
Yeah.
So definitely the AI is kind of bringing this change in both organic and social media. And I also want to talk about, Rajni, the role of AI in designing.
Yeah.
Be it as a brand designer as well as the UI UX part. And now it is very easy to generate a website. I mean, it could take 5 to 10 minutes for you to, so there are tools in the market like Realm.ai. They can generate those websites and just, with your prompts, they can generate the entire website. You can have designs.
Yeah.
So now the designers, the old school designers, so they need to be on the top of their game. They have to, implement their mindset with the AI capability. So Rajni, what's your take on this? I mean, I would like to, I would like you to conclude this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Himanshu, on this, I would like to say, yes, there are many tools in the market which the designers and the creative people can use to generate their content. There are tools like Canva where they can create creatives. There are many tools which they can use to develop their website. And at the same time, they also need to be, at the top of their game. They need to learn these new technologies and the new trends and what is if the new, I would say, the coding or everything. They need to know, need to learn all of this to be more data driven and more customer centric.
True.
Because the digital marketing these days is more dynamic than ever. Now it is pushing brands to be more data driven and to be more customer centric and to be more innovative in order if they want to stay ahead in the competition. So things like personalization, automation, and AI generated content, these are shifting the future of digital marketing.
They're shaping the entire thing.
They're shaping the future of digital marketing.
So Rajni, you talk about personalization in marketing.
Yeah.
So here comes my second question. If you had to predict a few game-changing trends for digital marketing 2025, what would that be? Because I know you are a fan of brand story, positioning a brand, and you always talk about having your story or creatives mentioned in a way that they talk to the customers.
Right.
And I want to understand your take on this.
Okay, the game-changing trend in digital marketing in 2025 and beyond, I would say, is the rise of AI-powered hyper-personalization. Okay, because yes, all the brands have their story, they have their communication, they have their target audience, a large base of target audience. But if you are not reaching up to your precise customer, customer or precise audience who is relevant to your brand, who's relevant to your products, who is relevant to your solution, then it is like
I understand. You have to be
have to be very
precise with your messaging.
If you are spending on your marketing campaigns, you need to ensure that your communication is going to the right
person.
Okay,
so and it should also have the right intent. You're capturing that intent of the user while your campaigns are on social media or be it through paid media.
Be it any platform and be it any format. Okay, so this AI powered hyper personalization and hyper targeting is helping the brands. So the brand has to be very their communication has to the communication needs to reach out to the right person. Okay, if they are spending some money on their campaign, they need to ensure that their message is going to the right person, to their relevant audience. And this AI powered personalization and hyper targeting is helping them in a good way. So with the advancement in artificial intelligence and AI learning, it is enabling brands to reach their audience, and it is enabling them to segment their audience very precisely, and it is helping them to have a highly tailored, or I would say real-time engagement with their audience. True. So for example, LinkedIn is helping the marketers like us. There we have the liberty, or I can say there we have the option to choose our segment based on, it can be based on their profile, it can be based on their interest, it can be based on the company they work for, or the brands they like, or the brands they follow. All this is the combination of all these factors gives you the huge and very precise audience to target to. If I, as a marketer at Komalling, if I want to reach out to I would say the female audience, because our product is such that the decision maker at the end can be the female segment of the audience. So if I want to reach out to them, then I will strategize my segmentation in that way. But if I want to reach out to some of our channel partners, or some of the people who can be a channel partner, who can be a helping hand to us, so I will create my content in such a way that is helping that person to understand about our product and what are the benefits and what are the solution we as a brand can deliver to the end consumer. So for different kind of campaigns, you have to create your audience based on the communication and based on the audience you want to reach out.
Understood.
And then now these days AI is helping in our favor to do that.
And Rajni, I would say one more thing here. So earlier there was a notion that for B2C brands, Meta is the place, and for B2B, LinkedIn is a place. There was a notion, right? And now this entire notion has shifted, because now every brand is present on all the platforms. We call it as omni-channel marketing. You see B2B brands, they are having influencer marketing campaigns on Instagram as well. And this influencer marketing is another thing that has come up in the past 1 year. That was during a COVID time. We all were at the home. People started having those TikTok videos and Instagram reels up in live. So what's your take on brands? They are having those influencer marketing campaigns and influencers who are promoting their B2B and B2C products.
Yes. First, to answer your question about the omnipresence, or to be or brand being present on all social media platforms. Yes, there was a notion earlier that where people used to believe that LinkedIn is for the professional audience.
Right. There was a notion.
If you want to reach out to the end consumer, you need to put more focus on the Facebook or Instagram or YouTube for that matter. Okay, but now it is now what is happening? Our audience is available on
the platforms, right?
And Instagram is the most preferred I would say the platform these days, because people are using Instagram more for watching,
for consuming reels, and
reels, and for seeing interactive content or creative content. But whenever it is LinkedIn is LinkedIn is there because it gives you. But what is happening these days now? So these days our audience is available on all the platforms, be it Meta, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, be it YouTube, or be it LinkedIn. Okay, so for brands like us and for the marketers like it is very important to be present on all those platforms.
Right.
And the very important thing over there is to be to have a synergy in your communication.
Right.
If one person is reading my stuff or seeing my creative on Facebook and is again seeing the same kind of content and same kind of the creative on LinkedIn also, it gives it establishes my brand in their brand.
Right, that increases the brand recall value.
Yeah, it increases the brand recall value and brand visibility also.
Right.
So today is the era where we cannot depend on just one platform. True. So be it online, be it offline, you have to be present everywhere.
True.
Yeah.
So brands, this is a message for you out there. You have to be present on social media platforms, be it organic, be it paid. For example, I'll give you a simple user journey. For example, I'm your target audience. If I'm typing my intent on Google or Bing, I should be able to watch your ads. And you should retarget me whenever I'm going to Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. So you have to increase that brand recall value for your customers, for your end customers, actually to, take that decision for you. And like Rajni, you mentioned, I mean, that's a great input from your end that brands need to be present on all platforms, and short form videos are taking the place. Yes. Because the entire user, I would say, the screen time has reduced. Right. So you have to convey that message in that short reel only.
Exactly.
Nobody has time to read those white papers, ebooks.
Right.
That was supposed to happen. I mean, years ago, I was having a conversation with a medical director. He was a target audience in my previous firm. You know what he said? Himanshu, I'm getting all your ads on LinkedIn. I'm not at all interested.
Yeah.
You know what happened after that? 1 week later, he filled out a demo form. And we went on a call and I asked him, what changed your mind? He said, Himanshu, we saw a reel of yours on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was very interactive. So he got on a demo call right after watching our Instagram reels, not from our LinkedIn ads where we were heavily spending. So like you mentioned, has to be a omni-channel marketing.
Exactly. To add on to your point, like short form videos are dominating the social media platforms. You know, I can tell her TikTok was the major shift in this format. Earlier we used to just put post and put creatives that were the promotional post, and customer or the consumer base these days, they are expecting more interactive and more realistic content. You know, when TikTok came in, it was a major shift for the brand.
All the brands,
all the brands. Like I remember when it came, I especially downloaded it just to check what is happening, what is the buzz of TikTok.
True.
I downloaded it. I saw people are creating reels and putting their videos, and then the brands understood. Yeah, this is a great platform for us to make interactive content, to make creative content which can engage our customers. So then gradually the Instagram became the Instagram, and Facebook now has become the major or the primary platform, these short form videos. And now even LinkedIn has jumped on the board.
They have introduced the video format.
It has introduced a short form video platform of their own, and brands are putting more professional content like the podcast or the one-on-one interviews, or the product informational interviews or videos over there. So it has a different creative segment, I can say.
True.
And Facebook and Instagram has a different kind of like brands can use it for as per their communication.
True.
They can use LinkedIn, they can use Facebook, they can use Instagram based on the message they want to communicate to their audience. So yes, this is the biggest shift, biggest trend happening in the digital marketing these days. Yeah.
And like you mentioned that brands are very much present on Instagram and TikTok. Since TikTok is banned in India. Right. I'll tell you, 45% of the businesses in US which are into B2C, they heavily rely on TikTok for their attribution model.
Correct.
I mean, to me it was surprising. There is a brand who's totally dependent upon TikTok to get that initial revenue for their brand. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. And also in India now, these days brands are using influencing collaboration.
Right. They are into collaborations.
They are using, there are big influencers, very successful influencers, and they are using those influencers to promote their products and solutions, and they are creating their own because I would say earlier what used to happen, big brands were more I would say, dependent on the ATL.
Right.
You know, they used to shoot an entire TVC and then put them on the channels, and there used to be an entire media plan where and on which channel that TVC would run. And but these days these platforms like Instagram, YouTube Short, and
Reels,
Reels, it has given marketers like us an opportunity, yes, in a comparatively
it has given more liberty for
more liberty, and
at a cheaper cost.
At a cheaper cost, and we can put our videos, we can put our
we can tags, we can there's a lot of things that we can do.
Overall it is a very beneficial platform for us.
So brands, this is for you. As Rajni mentioned, you have to have your entire personalized messaging done right across different channels. This is what we covered in omni-channel marketing. And another thing was having the short form videos across platforms, because you have to catch that time screen spam of your audience. So Rajni, there's another trend that is going on in the market, which is the brands have changed the way they are giving their messages to their audience. So both B2B and B2C brands, they have kind of shifted their messaging to human. I'll give you for an example, Zomato, Swiggy, they're doing lots of moment marketing that actually resonates with the end customer. What's your take on this?
Yes, absolutely, Himanshu. Okay, yeah. Brands are moving towards the H2H communication concept, but B2B and B2C, I would say all these three formats have their own advantages.
True.
Okay, B2B communication or B2B marketing exists for the brands who who wants to reach out to a group of I would say
customers of different segments,
where they have the professional decision makers. And to do so their deliverables are like participating in the exhibition or participating in the conferences or have some meet and greet. So these kind of B2B marketing helps for the brands whose target audience or whose
those professionals of of certain age.
Exactly.
Right.
Who wants to reach out to the professional, who wants to reach out to the decision maker of certain companies. Okay. And on the other hand, B2C is where brands want to reach out to individual customers.
Right.
For example, the example over here would be e-commerce brands or the
consumer service brands.
Consumer services brand, where their right audience is the end customer, who would use their product, who would utilize their services. So there is a difference between B2B and B2C marketing strategies.
True.
Yes, they are still there. The brands are not really diverting from these to the H2H communication. H2H communication helps them to reach out to their audience more precisely. It gives them the opportunity to have a brand connection with their customer, with their end consumer, be it B2B audience or be it B2C audience. It gives them it enables them to have a real-time engagement or I would say more precise communication with their audience, because audience these days are they like the messaging or the communication which are more authentic to them, which are based on some certain emotions.
Right.
In H2H concept, you can use some kind of emotions or the latest trends or latest trends. For example, these days are like trends like the Ghibli trend was there, and these days that Stampverse trend is ongoing. So brands are utilizing these trends, to reach out to their customer.
They're moving with a pace, Rajni, that actually connects to your customer.
Correct.
And there's one more thing, like you mentioned, that but there's a shift, I would say. Earlier, I would say brands were talking about us a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what they're doing is they're doing you.
Yes.
They're putting customers at the front.
Now the communication has become more customer-centric.
Customer-centric.
Yeah.
What do customers want?
So there are a lot of tools, I would say, like social listening is there.
Yes.
Social listening helps the brands like us to understand the buying behavior or the entire customer journey.
True.
It gives us the data about their browsing history or the product
the
or
podcast they listen to, the websites they go to,
the content they consume through, or for
the
example,
influencers they follow.
The influencers they follow. For example, platform like Netflix or any entertainment platform, Based on your watch history, it curate suggested list of the content. It gives you the suggestion. Okay, this could be your next watch based on your interest and based on your watch history. And other platforms like Spotify, or if people are more interested in the podcast, or it gives you based on your the podcast history. Yeah,
these platforms are providing content based on your intent and your history.
It gives you the suggestions.
True.
So social listening or this is very much helping brands to.
It is. So this is where the first party data comes into play.
Yes.
I mean, brands are going for increasing their subscriber base.
Yes.
These days. So when you talk about B2B and B2C, both of them, they want to increase their subscriber base. And once they have the data with them, so they personalize the experience.
Right. Yeah, they personalize their content, they personalize their messages. There are a lot of tools like using various deliverables like emailers or social media or Google Ads, or once you have a particular pattern of your audience, okay, this is the pattern of your audience, then you make your
campaign
product or your services available through various campaign using these platforms.
True.
Google AdWords, website, your direct emailing, or your social media platforms, and you try to make a synergy over all the platforms.
Understood.
So your brand establishment is there, your brand recall is there, and your brand visibility is there. And your brand is well established in your target audience mind.
Understood.
Yeah.
So brands, this is for you. You need to have your entire messaging customer centric. If you are a B2B or B2C brand, you should put customers as your superheroes. Understand their needs, understand their intent, have your entire messaging, be it on your website, social media, paid collaterals. Be focused on your customer. Understand the customer pain point. I'll give you an example what I did for my brand. So we wanted to launch another service for my brand, and even before launching into a new demographic, so we ran a survey. So we ran a survey over 1,000 or 1,500 contacts, and we got to know what is something that they're looking for. So we channelize all our services according to that. So Rajni, there is a next question from my end. There is a lot of debate that goes around in the market, organic versus paid media. So I'm asking you a question from two perspectives. There is a brand who's going out in the market to acquire the initial customers, and there is an already established brand. What these two brands should do?
I would say the debate over here is not about choosing one over the other. It is about finding the right balance of both the formats. Organic marketing tools like SEO, like social media, like website or email marketing. These tools are essential for a brand. For a long-term sustainability and growth. And but yes, brand has to be very patient over here, because it takes time. It takes time to give you the result. And on the other hand, paid marketing tools like paid social media, Google AdWords, influencer marketing, or there are a lot of paid campaign formats. It gives you the instant reach to your audience. It gives you the instant engagement, the maximum output, and maximum ROI.
Understood.
Okay, brands which are well established in the market, who has a strong community base, they can survive with the organic marketing,
because they have that brand name.
They have their established brand name, their brand recognition in the market. They have a community built who follows their brand. But for brands like which are new or which are launching new product line in the market, they should definitely go for the paid marketing. I'll give an example over here. Like at Profine India, we have a well-established brand, Komalli. Okay, I as a marketing manager or the digital manager responsible person, I use the hybrid of both organic and paid.
Understood.
Okay, whenever I think that, this communication is important and it should reach out to mass audience. Okay, so I run paid campaigns over there.
Understood.
And for regular content and for regular because you have to be be very consistent in your
when it comes to organic media.
With your organic strategy, you have to be available on your social media platforms. So the gap between one post and the other post has to be, it should not be a long gap. You should prepare a calendar. Okay, on this date you will be posting this, and on this date you will be posting this. And whenever there is some exciting campaigns, I prefer the paid campaigns. Okay, I run paid campaigns on all the platforms. Okay, and recently we have launched a new brand called ComaBoard. That is more interesting to me. It's been 3 months in the month of March. In the month of February, we launched this new brand ComaBoard in the market. It is into the panel marketing for the interior designing or for the commercial uses or institutional uses. So the challenge to me over here was, yes, there were already a lot of brands in the market who are very well established. Okay, and the challenge for me was to establish ComaBoard as one brand which is the only global brand in India. Okay, there are players in the market, well-established market, very good names over there. So since the launch of this brand, my preference was the paid campaigns. Be it social media, be it on Google AdWords, be it on website optimization. So my preference has always been the paid campaign.
Understood.
Because it gives me the maximum reach. It established my brands in the consumer's brain. It has curated a kind of curiosity in the market. Okay,
there's a new brand.
Yeah, Comerling has brought something new called ComaBoard. I remember I started this campaign with some teaser ads.
Okay.
Yeah, something new is coming from Comerling. Okay.
And the entire thing was promoted on paid media.
Understood. Okay, so when I was running these teasers for like 2 to 3 weeks, I ran this teaser, and there were a lot of curiosity in the market. People were asking, people were calling our salespeople, okay, what is this? What is ComaBoard? What is this new product line? So that kind of helped me to establish my brand in the market. Okay, ComaBoard is something new from Comerling. Then I moved to the reveal part. Then I revealed, what exactly is ComaBoard? Then people got to know, okay, ComaBoard is this. That was another phase. Teaser phase, reveal phase, and now I'm running
the post-promotion part.
Post-promotion part. So I'm doing paid campaigns for all these phases.
All these, right.
Because this is the initial stage, and I want to build the segment base. I want to reach out to the maximum audience and the maximum end consumers.
Understood. Yeah. That's a very great input, Rajni.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for new brands out there who are looking to acquire customers in the market, we should not only focus on the paid media, as well as we should focus on the organic media, because those inbound organic mediums, be it website or be it SEO, will give you longer lasting results. For immediate and generate that curiosity in your audience, you should focus on your paid media marketing campaigns. So Rajni, we have talked about the role of AI in digital marketing, the role of organic and paid media for brands which are looking to establish themselves in the market. So this is a question that our users want to ask you. How did you get yourself into digital marketing? What was your take into that? Was it just because you want to try something new, or was it just an accident?
Okay. My entry into digital marketing was based on the necessity.
Okay.
I started my career with working with some advertising agencies because when I did my MBA, advertising was the specialty I took in my marketing course.
Wow. Okay.
So then I started working for a few agencies, and then I worked with some brands, very successful brands like Eureka Forbes, like Vico, and some B2B brands like ACG Worldwide. And for like around 7 to 8 years I worked there, and it was a great exposure and great experience for me. And then in 2018 I made a shift and I moved to the corporate side. So in 2018 I joined a company, Fluid Controls Private Limited. They are into manufacturing of instrumentation products. Okay, there I joined as a marketing manager. Right. When I joined as a marketing manager there, I found that the entire responsibility is on my shoulder.
That usually happens, yeah.
Unlike agencies, in the agencies you have different departments for each vertical. Agencies have their digital marketing team. They are who are pro in their digital.
True.
Who are pro in
the field,
spectrum.
yeah.
So here at Fluid Controls Private Limited, when I observed, okay, this entire thing is on me now. I'm the decision maker. So I adopted the learning by doing approach.
Right.
And at that time, the digital marketing was at peak. And brands has no option to not doing it.
Right.
You as a marketing manager, you have to learn digital marketing. You have to be present on all the digital platforms. So at that time, that company was not really present on those platforms. So it was an opportunity for me. I created various pages on social media platforms.
You did your own
then
marketing.
I explored the SEO optimization. I explored the Google AdWords, and by this approach of learning by doing, I got the exposure, I got the experience, and got to know. I got the on-hand experience, I would say. I got to know the trends, the tactics, the strategies of digital marketing.
And Rajni, this is where I would say our synergies match. So I have 4 years of experience. I did my BTech from civil engineering. I have no marketing background, didn't do my MBA, and never had any mentor in my life. So everything starting from email marketing to social paid, then comes to branding and storytelling and website and SEO management. Everything I learned was just by experimenting, failing, and no, they cannot be any big teacher than yourself. You are your only teacher. You can be your own mentor. And in digital marketing, guys, there is one thing I'll tell you, like Rajni mentioned, the only way that budding digital marketers can grow is by experimenting, failing, and then growing. So Rajni, as we move to the last segment of our podcast episode, there is another round that we have introduced, which is a rapid fire round, and we have a very special hamper for you. But before that, you'll have to answer some questions very quickly. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
So, Rajni, if you have one choice to pick from, SEO or social media?
I would say social media. Because it gives you the instant engagement and instant reach out.
Right. Yeah. So, one digital marketing rule that you love to break?
Sticking to a strict plan, content calendar, for that matter.
Right. So AI is a friend or an enemy?
It's a friend. Yeah, for sure.
What is the worst marketing advice you've ever heard?
Oh, this is tricky. The worst marketing is like do it in a set format that we have been doing for years now.
Don't follow that rule book.
Yeah, I would suggest my audience also don't follow that rule.
Thank you so much, Rajni. And the last one, what is the advice for budding marketers?
Okay. For the budding marketers, I would say gaining hands-on experience is important. If you are pursuing digital marketing or marketing for that matter, you need to explore different platforms, different strategies. You have to make, you have to give experiments.
Understood.
To understand which fits the best. Because digital marketing is not a one fits all sizes format. You have to put your hands, you have to get your hands dirty, you have to explore different strategies and different platforms, and then it will help you to understand which fits the best and which gives you the maximum output and maximum result.
Thank you so much, Rajni. That was a great rapid fire round. I would like to give this hamper to you from Wildnet Technologies to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, Rajni, it was very nice having you on our first podcast episode of Hypo House, and I hope you have enjoyed the same.
Yes.
It was a very interactive session, and we really enjoyed, exchanging those ideas and those techniques for the brands to implement in marketing.
Right. Thank you so much, Himanshu. It was I would say, a very exciting engagement we had over here.
True. And we will definitely have to have you more in our coming episodes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, listeners, for joining us on this episode of Hypo House. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Instagram.